Today I'm going to be reading a new chapter book. It's called The Veterans Day Visitor. It's part of a series called Second Grade Friends, and I know you're not in second grade yet, but I think you'll enjoy this story too. Veterans Day is coming soon. It's on November 11th. On Veterans Day, we here in America celebrate veterans. A veteran is a person who was in the Army or the Navy or the Air Force or the Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, the armed services. And it doesn't matter if they were in a war. Some of them have been in a war, some of them have not, so long as they served in one of the armed services, armed forces. And so in this story, there are two young ladies who are in class, and they have one of their grandfathers volunteers to come and talk to the class. The Veterans Day Visitor. Here's our American flag. This is written by Peter Catalanotto and Pamela Schembri. It was written in 2008, so that's 12 years ago. Lots of pages to turn before we get to the first page. Here's the contents. There are 5 chapters plus an author's note. Chapter 1 is called Pop Pop's House. I always called my grandma, and my grandpa, but some people call them Nana, Mimi, Pop Pop. So this grandpa is called Pop Pop. He doesn't look very happy for some reason. This one does. I wonder which one is Pop Pop. Emily never jumped in leaves. They were dirty. They might be wet. Bugs crawled in them. At Emily's grandparents' house, there were piles and piles of leaves. Emily and her best friend Vinny were visiting after school on a sunny November day. "Watch me!" Vinny shouted. She ran and jumped into a mountain of leaves. Okay, so which one did we figure out is Vinny? That one, of course. And this must be Emily. Emily wrinkled her nose. "Aren't they itchy?" "No," said Vinny. "It's fun." "Ick," said Emily. Vinny shook her head. "You are so weird." She threw a bunch of leaves at Emily. Emily laughed. It sounds like they're good friends. "You know, girls, different people like different things." Emily and Vinny stopped. Emily's Pop Pop was standing behind them. He leaned against his rake. "For example, you, Vincetta." "Vinny," interrupted Vinny. Pop Pop started again. "For example, you, Vinny," he pointed right at her, "you like wearing fancy hair clips, fancy shoes, and fancy pants." "So does Emily," Vinny said. "Exactly," said Pop Pop, "without the hair clips." "So how is that different?" Emily asked. Pop Pop stroked his chin. "No hair clips." Vinny's mouth was open. She raised one eyebrow and looked at Emily. Emily shrugged. The girls waited. "You know," said Pop Pop, "it's good that people are different. For example, next Monday is Veterans Day." Pop Pop loved to talk. Different people will celebrate in different ways. Some people will hang a flag. Some will go to a parade. Others will remember loved ones quietly at home. I always hang my flag on Veterans Day and almost every day. Los Banos usually has a Veterans Day parade, but not this year. Have you ever been to the Veterans Day parade? Maybe last November? Some will go to a parade. Others will remember loved ones quietly at home. What's a veteran? asked Emily. It's a doctor for dogs, said Vinny. That's a veterinarian, said Emily. Pop was shocked. He put down his rake. You don't know? He pointed at both of them. You don't know about the people who helped keep our country free? Don't you? I can't believe. 2nd grade? Suddenly, Pop stopped talking. His knees buckled. The girls couldn't move. He bit his lip. He steadied himself. I need to lie down. Pop went to the hammock and fell fast asleep. Sounds like Pop is kind of old. What was he so surprised about? Why did he say, don't you, I can't believe, 2nd grade? What's he so surprised about?